Hi everyone, welcome to another video. If you are following my channel for last couple of months, I was doing direct stock investing series and we had done around 11 episodes where we covered almost everything from scratch, what is a stock, and at the end, in the previous video I talked about what are the events that can move a stock. Pretty much I feel like I have covered almost all the topics, and as and when if I feel like something needs to be added, I will add those topics into the direct stock investing series. In today's video, I thought I will discuss about something that we all are going through, right? How many of you are going through a 20% or 25% drawdown in your stock portfolio? I'm not talking about mutual funds because mutual funds are more or less like the volatility is little less. But when it comes to direct stocks, I'm pretty sure that most of you are down 15, 20, 25%. I thought I will talk my portfolio in today's video because what you are going through is not unique. We all are going through some serious down phase, right? So talking about my portfolio is currently down by close to 30%, which is for the first time I am seeing a 30% downfall starting from 2020, where I started my journey in stock market. Right? So I recently tweeted also on X, where I think this is the first time the market entrance, post-COVID market entrance, facing or seeing a deep correction in their portfolio. There were small minor corrections in between, but something like this we have not seen. That too, a prolonged correction or sideways movement, right? So if you take last 2 years, market had not given any significant return or nil return, right? So my portfolio last 1 year, it was in negative, and recently it crossed 30% minus. So what is the reason, right? If I talk about my portfolio, it consists of two SME stocks, very small companies. So as you can imagine, that's the primary reason for my portfolio to hit really bad. And there are four stocks that are you can consider as blue chips or relatively safe stock, right? I'm not naming them because that won't be ideal due to regulatory concerns. But again, the point is that all the mid and small cap stocks are beaten down heavily, right? Majority of them are down more than 30%. Some of them are more than 50%. Some are close to 70% also. One of my SME stock is down 70%, but luckily it is somewhat covered by the other SME stock. That is still up from my buying price, but it's not covering the entire loss of the other stock, right? So that's the reason. And also the four stocks that I mentioned, the other four, total I have a 6 stock portfolio. The other safe stocks are also down by 10-15%. So overall, it's not a good sign. But what I'm currently doing, I'm just looking at the market and nothing else. Also, I am adding slowly, little, to few of those stocks, not much, because uncertainty is still there, right? And another thing is, we are already deployed our cash, right? There is no excess cash available. That is the second reason. But as and when I am getting some, if I am saving some sort of money from salary, I am deploying slowly. It's very strategic, but yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. Adding stocks to the existing portfolio, nothing else. And the last point that I want to discuss is what's ahead, right? Going forward, how the market is going to perform, or how long this correction is going to affect us. The answer is nobody knows, right? Even the famous investors, their portfolio is also down by more than 30-40%. Recently, I was checking Vijay Kedia's portfolio. His portfolio is down close to 50%. That's when I realized that it's not that only your portfolio or my portfolio is done. Every well-known investor's portfolio is down by 30-40%. It's a broader market sell-off that's happening in the Indian market, and nobody is spared. So when we talk about what's ahead, the timeline is not clear. As long as the war is continue between US and Israel and Iran, things are going to be extremely difficult. Today, the Brent crude, the oil price had reached $110 per barrel, which is not at all a good thing for Indian market. Recently, our government had cut down the excise duty, but I don't know how long that's going to sustain. We have to wait and see, right? Because all the other major countries, the petrol price had shot up. That's definitely going to impact uh, the economy in the form of inflation. So if you are a market follower, you can see that across the world we are going through a interest rate cut cycle, right? But if the inflation is picking up, the central banks are forced to raise interest rates. That's again increase the mortgage value and home loan interest rates. All the interest rates may go up, and it will impact the stock market for sure, right? So yeah, we don't know what's ahead. And another most important aspect is that FIIs, right, the foreign institutions, are selling Indian market like anything. If you take, I was looking the March data alone. Only in March they had sold more than 1,10,000 crores of shares in the cash market. That is huge. The impact is next level if you see, and no wonder that the market is going down like anything, and there is no wonder that our Indian rupee is weakening, because that kind of sell-off we are seeing in the Indian market from the foreign institutions. And there are discussions happening around rupee inching towards 100. I am not surprised that rupee will touch 100 if things are gonna be like this. Friday RBI had intervened, and there is some course correction, but I don't think long term. Soon we can see rupee touching 100 as well. That's not far away, is what my gut feeling. But like I said, the major issue is the foreign institution selling. And if you take the last financial year, the current financial year, FY 2026, FIIs had sold more than 3 lakh crores. Yes, that's that's pretty hard to digest, but that's the reality. And we don't know when they are going to come back. Once they come back, definitely stock market will pick up, but that's again a wait and see thing. The only assurance, or the only thing that gives me confidence, is most of the stocks are in that uh, fairly valued territory. So it's not like Indian market is expensive. We are moderately expensive, or right now I can say that cheap as well, some of the stocks. So I don't think FIIs are going to stay away from Indian market for a long time. That's They can come back anytime because the stocks are pretty cheap compared to other emerging markets. So that's the confidence thing. That's one thing that gives me some hope that probably uh, FIAs will come back. And FIAs are needed for Indian markets, right? Right now, the biggest challenge that we are facing is the liquidity crisis, liquidity crunch. There are not many buyers and there are not many sellers. That's the primary reason the prices are cutting like anything, especially in the SME stocks, right? There are no sellers. So if liquidity is less, the price will be impacted badly. So we need FIIs for good liquidity in the Indian market, right? And that's the primary thing I am looking forward to. If you see the current scenario, liquidity is very less in our market. So yeah, that's what I want to discuss in today's video, to give you some hope that you are not alone in this downward journey. All of our portfolios are hit badly, and nobody has been spared. Especially, I'm talking about long-term investors, right? So, like I mentioned again, this is the first time people like us who entered market post-COVID seeing some deep correction or prolonged correction, and it's a good learning experience. We have to take a lot of good things from this, and that will make us a better investor, right? As we move ahead, as we invest more and more, or as we spend more time in the market, this experience will give us immense confidence that we had crossed this journey. And not just that, once we cross this, and when the next bull market comes sooner than later, we are going to benefit immensely, right? That's my strong feeling. Market will definitely bounce back. It's just a matter of time, but we have to wait patiently for that time, right, to reap the reward. Yeah, that's what I want to talk in today's video. If you're liking my content, do subscribe to this channel. We'll be discussing about stock market related topics going ahead, and I will come up with another video. And if you have any doubts or questions, feel free to share it in the comment section. We'll have that discussion. See you then. Bye.